Hey everybody, Steve Burns back again. So there is a question on UV mapping. The question is, why is it that everything is not really looking proportional and on your paneling, and therefore your textures are probably traveling in the wrong direction and in a very strange sizing on each panel based on other areas of your 3D object. So I'm going to address it this way. I'm going to go back into object mode and I'm going to utilize this paneling here. Initially, one of these panels were separated, like this back one was separated from the rest. I merged them together so I can be more efficient in sharing a nice little workflow for you here. So what you've been doing and what that UV map is showing, I'm going to go ahead and go into edit mode here. And in fact, I'm going to go back into my solid mode. Okay, and let's get out of solid mode and in fact, I'm going to go into wireframe. There we go. Okay, I'm going to get out of here. In fact, I'm going to go to object mode, select that one, then go back to wireframe. There we go. Now we see our UV maps effectively. Okay, so what's happening here is that you've created a seam over every single edge, and Blender tried to recreate them and space them out equally, which is not what you want. You want proportion, right? You want these elongated shapes to be proportional to the thin corners right on the sides here. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and isolate this from everything else in your scene. Object mode, select it, Shift H for hide everything else. And let's just focus on these panels because your problem is actually simpler than you think. And it's a workflow that I have not really shown you yet, but this is going to be a great time to share with everybody. All right, let's go back into our edit mode, and we're going to go in here and redo this. Now, what you want to do is you want this to match this shape. All right, so you worked hard, you created this shape. When you want to draw and paint on it, you want to make sure that visually you are painting on the right section of your model. And since that shape is a pretty obvious silhouette of what you need to address, we're gonna maintain it or honor that shape. All right, I'm gonna go to my face editing mode, and I'm gonna select all the front faces here. Grab all of these like so. And I'm gonna tell Blender to utilize that shape as my UV map, all right? And the way I'm gonna do it, hit the U key, hold down the U key in your keyboard, and select project from view and hit it. There it is. All right, it's that simple. So I'm going to pull this down a little bit, zoom it out, and I'm going to pull these out of the way because I'm going to resize everything at one time. So I'm going to place that there. Now I'm going to get the other side. Go to the other side, grab this one, make sure I grab them all properly, only that back face there, kind of put it on straight like this, right? Doesn't have to be perfect, just close to it. U key and then project from view. There it is. Pull that on up and I'll put it right next to the other one as close as I can. That's good. Okay, there we go. Perfectly UV mapped out. Now we want to get the sides. We don't have to worry about it so much because they're so thin and they're so close to one another. You're not going to see much in there. So I will just quickly, I'm going to hit my X-ray view and select all the top faces like this. Bring it like this, straight on. Right, I'm going to put a dead center. Important you kind of put a dead center here so it gets closer to the orthographic view. Okay? And then from there, U key, project from view, and there it is. See, some of these other shapes are going away, and I'm going to move that off to the side here. I'm going to go select them all and give myself a little more space. Okay, so I'm just organizing stuff at this point. Go to the bottom, do the same thing. Grab all that bottom face. Flip it around, get it straight on as much as possible. and place that in the middle so it helps flatten it out. U key, project from view. There it is. Put that one right next to the other one like so. Don't worry about the fact that it's slightly angled. There's a correction for it. So I only have a few more left, right? So what we have left is pretty much just the sides. Okay, so this is pretty easy because we're really not going to see much of the sides. So I'm going to go to Edge Editing View, go right to the side, grab this, grab down and grab that. I'm going to pull it a little bit to the face. There we go. Okay, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. Okay, and they're all going to basically take on the same texture when I actually do this move here, right? Because they're all going to take on the same, but we don't care because we're not going to really see much of the inside. So U key, project from view, done. They're all done. Okay, so they're all going to take on that particular texture. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to rotate this one here, get it straight up and down. I'm going to go to my face editing view here, and then I can just rotate that up. If I click on it correctly, it'll be easy to rotate right there. Right, put it straight up and down. Okay, we'll come up in here and grab this one here. Get that right like that. Okay. Oops. That looks good. Okay. All right. So at this point, I might even be inclined just to rotate this, right? This way. Let's see what it looks like. Place it right down in here. Grab them all. Move them here. S key for scale. My mouse is too close to it, so it's hard to control the sizing. Get the mouse further away from this object. S key. And control it better. There it is. There's your UV map. That's it. That's all you needed to do. So if we take a look at this in material mode, all right, it's all going to be, you're never going to see the side, so that's probably fine. But if we take a look at this, the side looks probably correct. So it's kind of going vertically up and down. What if you want this to also go vertically up and down, right? Well, this side is probably from that UV map, so we're going to keep it there, right? So what I'm going to want to do is take the rest, actually all of these. Let me take a look at the top real quick before I actually do anything. That looks good. Yeah, top looks good. I like that. So we'll leave the top alone. We'll put it down here right next to the other one. In fact, we might be able to pull this right over here. That's good. Now we'll go grab this. Remember, we want this to change directions, right? Rotate it. Like this. Get it as close as you can. Works good. Move this on over. Okay, I think that'll work. Now we take a look at it. There you go. See, now you've got the theme that you want. Everything moving in the right direction. Isn't that cool? Okay. I want to grab this again. I'm going to deselect that little one and watch when as I move things up or down. It moves the texture a little bit, but play with it. Play with it. See that? Nice. Both sides. Okay. All right. So, and it's the same thing. You're going to do the exact same thing for the large, look like 4x4, wooden planks on here. So if I go back out to object mode, we're going to hold Alt-H to unhide. Let's go ahead and hide our image here. Right, the same thing here, no difference. So if I grab this, Shift-H, hide everything else. Okay, and all you're going to do is we're going to go in here into our edit mode, and we're going to do the exact same thing, no different. We're going to grab the front faces first, here, here, and a couple more to go. Done. Go straight on. U key, project from view. And there it is. Just move it off to the side like so. Okay. Now, if you want these a little closer together, you're welcome to select each one. Actually, let me move these off a little bit so it makes it easier for me to select these little pieces. There we go. If you want them a little closer together to kind of make your life easier in terms of we gotta undo that accidentally. And then grab these two, pull them a little closer, grab these three, pull them a little closer, grab that, grab this, something like that. Okay. All right, so we'll keep this shape. I could realign this one, but I'm going to assume you want to kind of keep that shape there. And we don't really, tell you what, we won't keep the shape. I'm going to select this and I will rotate it upwards. Let me go grab it. There we go. And we'll just do it now. That would be wise. Okay, that's good enough. There's one down. One more to go on the other side. Grab that front face is all you need to do. Okay. Get it centered, get it lined up as best as you can. And if you want to, you can always go to the orthographic view. Hit the 5 key in the keyboard. Goes to orthographic view, and then we will hit our U key, not V key, but the U key, and then go to our project from view. There it is. Pull it on off. Okay. I'll grab that one, go to my rotation option. That looks good. Grab these and just pull them a little closer together, because we want to utilize the UV space, which is your texture space, as efficiently as possible. Okay, that's it. All right, so I'm going to just pull them in close like that. That's good enough. Okay. You can see there's a little bit of a slight difference because one I did a orthographic view and the other one I didn't. So it's projecting from view, projecting what you see. But they're so close, it doesn't matter. You just don't sweat the small stuff. Go get the top view. Right. I'm gonna go to number 7 key to go to top view, and I want to get out of this texture view here. So I'm going to go to solid view, and I want to go to X-ray view. So I've got to be in solid view for X-ray and go get the tops, right? Now go to 7 key on the keyboard. We rotate this a little bit. Put it dead center. Make sure I'm in orthographic view. Hit to make sure that I was. So I'm going to select those shapes. U key and project from view, right? So project from view. There it is. So I'll just pull it on up here like so, okay? So I'm just getting them organized right now. And we can see we're getting less and less, UV shapes over here in our UV grid here, our UV space. Okay, go to the bottom. Grab it, go to the, we're still in orthographic view. I'm just going to just replace it right here, dead center. U key, project from view. There it is. Pull that one right next to the other. Okay. So what we have left are these right over here. Okay. These sides. So I'm going to go grab one side first. Here, there, and there. Okay. All right. Now I could, if I want to, kind of be lazy about it, just get it as close as I can to seeing as much of that face as I can. And just project that from view, right? So and I'm going to project from view. There it is. See? And I'm going to just pull this one off to the side a little bit. It didn't do a bad job at all. Now I'm going to go and get the other side. Now notice I'm avoiding those last two there for a reason. So I'll grab this face, this face, this face, that face, just like before, and just get as close as I can. And since I'm in an orthographic view, it kind of flattens it out a little bit. Put that dead center. Okay. You project from view. There. Okay. Move that off to the side. And then the last is those last two. Now, what I could do is this. If I want them to be somewhat accurate, in other words, I'm being anal at this point, I'm going to hit the L key and select, let's see, I should hit the L key and select that one. Let's see if it selected everything. It did not, so I will, all I need is the inside, right? So if I double click everything, and the reason the L key is not working is because there are seams on here. So the L key is select all connected, but there's seams everywhere, and its connection capability stops at the seam. I'm not going to get rid of the seams because the Blender is going to basically redo everything for me in auto mode. So I'm going to just keep this as it is right now and hit Shift H. So I just have that one. So at this point, we go this one face here and just go straight on to the side and then project from view. Go to the other side. and project from view. Okay, I'm going to pull both of these off. Okay, so now Alt H. I'm going to go pull these off a little bit like that. Okay, so that's looking a lot more proportional to what we're seeing here. Okay, so I'm going to stop here in terms of UV mapping, and I'm going to clean this up real quick. So watch. When I'm going to select these here, now I'm going to do something. I'm going to rotate these, but I'm going to rotate these on their own individual origins, right? Come right up here to the top. This is the bounding box by default. Come down to individual origins so that when I rotate these, see, they rotate on their own origins, and these try to stay as flat as possible. I'm going to do the same thing here. Rotate on its own individual origins. That's good enough. Okay. I will move these closer like this. Select it. There we go. Grab this one. Okay. Now we'll just go ahead and move them both on in closer. That's not what I meant to do, but I meant to hit that move. There we go. Grab this one, move it on in. And I think I will go ahead and grab these two here and just put them to the side. There we go. There's your UV map, guys. That's it. Okay. Now we're going to go reorganize all this. So grab it, place it in. S key for scale. See, they're individually scaling, so I'm going to undo that one. I want a bounding box instead, so I can treat them as one whole piece. There we go. Get in closer. Let's get rid of this little box here. S, scale it up to fill in that map. That's it. Okay, so now if I come over here, go to my texture material mode, there we go. See that? That's a lot more accurate. Now if I want the grain to go vertically, no, this is a perfect square in here, right? So just select all, or hit the A key on the keyboard and rotate the whole thing. And look at that. That looks nice. Okay. If I want it smaller, you should know what to do already. Go to your shading tab. Come over here to your UV mapping, your nodes, and go to scale. Take a look at this. I think default, if I select all of these, click and drag, let me get this, click and drag down and hit 1, that's what it is by default. And we can see how large these textures are. But let's go to like 5, so click and drag down to here, hit the 5, and there you go. That's a lot more, that's a lot better. And it looks right. Okay. All right, so hopefully this was helpful. That was fun. So remember, we have a tendency to overcomplicate things. 3D artists overcomplicate, so simplify everything. I know it's easier said than done. Okay, all right. Hope you enjoyed it. Steve Burns from Chromolution.com signing off.